Hello everyone, welcome back to round 2 of the Creator Clash Bingo. Today we have the Ice Cream versus the Gaslighters. And I'm your host Shrub, joined by my co-host.
How did I get here?
Okay, and we're gonna spin the wheel of Slugcats to figure out which team, oh my god, what we're gonna play today. Each team has one veto, and if both teams decide to veto the same Slugcat, then that Slugcat will not be played and neither team will lose their veto. But we start with Rivulet. Rivulet's a pretty popular choice, so I can't imagine they get vetoed.
Yeah, no, there's no way Rivulet gets vetoed. That's basically easy mode.
Yeah, and it's really fun to watch a Rivulet bingo as well, just because they're pretty fast and teams can end up like in the same room, basically speedrunning location to location. And Iced is on the Ice Cream. One of the players is Iced, who speedran Rivulet in GDQ 2025. And so there's likely to be a veto, which there is. So we're going to re-roll.
They were scared.
Smart decision,
I mean, it makes
honestly.
sense. I would be scared too.
Oh.
And it's Artificer immediately. Oh, God.
This is going to be a veto as well. There's no way. Ardu is just an RNG game.
Fast-paced game, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, either team will just get soft locked or they'll be uninhibited. So it's too volatile. I think most people are going to veto that if they have the choice. But Team 2 has used their veto, which is the Gaslighters. So Team 1 is the only one that can veto. And Team 1 does veto. So we're going to re-roll again. Neither team has their veto. Whatever gets rolled now is what we'll play. I'm hoping it's Saint. It's Rivulet.
But again, I called it. Oh my god, I knew that we'd get a reroll.
That's crazy. I don't think that's happened before in any of the bingo games.
That's so nuts. Rivulet, Artificer, Rivulet. They wanted it to go fast.
Yeah, the Gaslighters are not going to be too happy with that one. But they'll have to play it. They don't really have a choice now. So now the board will be generated, and it's going to be culled for a little bit, so we won't talk about it for a while until some of the more absurd goals have been removed, but we'll introduce the teams. On the Ice Cream, the left blue team, we have Iced and Vanilla. You'll know Iced from speedrunning and running at AGDQ 2025, and you'll know Vanilla from her modding reviews on YouTube. On the right, we have Hollow and Blue Jay, the Gaslighters. You'll know Hollow from his Watcher trailer videos and Blue Jay from his ambience and video essays. So we got a pretty good matchup here. These are both teams that have won a match already, so I think it'd be pretty close.
It'll be an impressive show for sure.
Yeah. We can kind of talk about some of the tentative goals here that are interesting. Rivulet has a couple of exclusive goals, mainly dealing with the rarefaction cell. So if you have, there's one exclusive goal, which is to feed a Leviathan the rarefaction cell. And if that goal is on the board, then teams will spawn with the rarefaction cell. If the board doesn't have that goal, then the teams won't spawn with a rarefaction cell. But maybe the board will be changed so that happens, maybe it won't. It's pretty interesting to watch when the rarefaction cell is in play.
There's probably a lot of tech with it. I mean, I know there's a lot of tech with it. It's just more akin to, like, you know, wondering whether or not they'll go throw it away immediately or if they'll keep it for the whole time and prefer to just ignore the usage of spears and the like.
If it gets rolled, it's a consideration. Usually the teams will split up. One person will leave it behind in a shelter so they can maybe passage back to it later, and then the other player will keep it. Just because it's burdensome, but it also means you can move to a lot of locations really quickly.
Mm-hmm. You can basically backflip up the entire wall with that damn thing. So
yeah, it's really interesting to watch. Usually people are kind of just headed straight to shoreline when they do spawn with it, so it's kind of just being used for speedrunning purposes, which is pretty entertaining. In terms of other things for Rivulet, I can't really... The cycle time isn't affected like it is in the campaign, so people can probably cross through many, many regions in a single cycle if they're feeling daring.
Mm-hmm. Do we have Rivulet cycle timer, like before or after the goop?
No, it's after. It'll basically be
Like monk
normal
cycles.
random cycles. Yeah, it won't be the 2 to 4 minute cycles. I'm trying to think if there's anything in particular that would be interesting for Riv. There is the character unlock goal, which I don't think has been rolled, but that is in... I can't remember if that's in Submerged or the Rot, but in either case, I think it's in Submerged. It's pretty miserable to get to, so hopefully that doesn't get rolled. Yeah, I think it must be in Submerged. Riv is really the only character that can move through there easily. There is, however, I see on there the Aquapede unlock, which is also in Submerged, in the bottom of Submerged. So that will be interesting to see if it doesn't get re-rolled. It is pinned between some really nasty locations, and there is an Aquapede that is right next to it. So I don't think we've seen Submerged actually in any of the bingos, or at least we haven't seen it very much. So that'll
Probably
be interesting to see.
understandable. They likely instantly re-roll it because it's submerged superstructure.
Yeah, you kind of want to like build a bingo not involving that square. Yeah, kind of awful to navigate through. Especially without the rarefaction cell. If the rarefaction cell gets rolled with the feed it to the Leviathan goal, then it's a little bit better. But Rivulet is actually pretty difficult to move through submerged superstructure with no rarefaction cell.
Yeah, because the rarefaction cell like doubles your swim speed, so it's kind of important to have.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And I don't know if this is actually the case, but I feel like you don't lose breath as quickly in it. That might be just delusion, but yeah, Rivulet is not actually that great in submerged without the rarefaction cell, because they are supposedly the creature that can breathe underwater, but they really can't.
They can breathe underwater a lot better than the other ones, but like realistically, the main issue is that they can travel through, like, they're just not fast enough with traveling because no one is. It's submerged.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and they can't really like breathe. It's just they have really big lungs. And
yeah, no, they've got like all the other like slugs have like 6 seconds of underwater, and Rivulet has like 30. So realistically, it's fine, but you're still traveling through those huge rooms with 30-second breath. I've drowned a lot in submerged, despite the 30-40 seconds of breath.
Yeah, I think the bubbleweed spawns are still the same as Rivulet though, so we might see people routing around the bubbleweed so that they can use that to extend their breath. Actually, I'm having a look at the map, and the unlock is not in as bad a position as I thought it would be. There's a nice air room pretty close by, but like I said, there are a couple of Aquapedes around, and I believe those have flawless underwater vision, so it's always a threat.
If you get the unlock and then you die, do you keep the unlock or no?
You do not. No, there are the only goals that are changed even if you die are the goals that are like exclusion goals, like don't enter this region. If you enter the region and then die, it'll stay that you violated that. But every other goal, if you complete it and then die, you won't get the goal ticked off. You have to shelter.
Got it.
Which can be really, really nasty for the Karma Flower goal in particular, because you eat the Karma Flower and then you die, and the Karma Flower doesn't respawn for another 7 or so cycles, which can be really punishing. So if you get a Karma Flower goal and you get a Karma Flower in a cycle, it's usually a good idea to shelter right away to lock that progress in. There's also, in the second row, second column, the big jellyfish unlock, which I believe is another submerged unlock, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it is. It's in some of the outside rooms in, well, MSM outside, or MEM outside, which is not... yeah, it is outside, I guess.
Big
yeah,
jellyfish
that'll be...
makes me happy.
Yeah, like big jelly. They go moo like cows.
They're my favorite creature. God, I love jellyfish. They're so cool.
They are cool. Iced is going to be much... I think Iced is probably going to have the biggest advantage in terms of submerged routing, just because Rivulet's story involves going through submerged quite quickly, and getting to those upper rooms is something that he does in every run. There's a certain skip in submerged I-02 that Oh, actually, there's no rarefaction cell. You need the rarefaction cell for that. So never mind. Ice might be at a disadvantage because if you have to deviate from a speedrun route, speedrunners become a little less effective.
I mean, even still, I feel like I still feel like I wasn't here for the first round. I didn't know if Ice crushed or not. I just remember getting absolutely embarrassed in hide and seek. So I might be overrating, but realistically, I think it'll still be a really tough matchup one way or another for the Gaslighters.
Yeah, I think Iced is pretty powerful, but I think the teams are pretty balanced in terms of skill levels. So we'll have to see how it pans out. It may end up being just a coin flip. We'll have to see. Kind of having a look around to see if there's anything more to note. There is, I believe, that's befriend a green lizard. So you don't actually have to sleep in a shelter with the lizard like you do for the friend passage.
Yeah, no,
You
the
do have
friend
to feed
is.
it.
You know, taming a lizard, as I've known from my taming every lizard video, is actually only happens whenever you throw the food at them. It's not even when they go put it back. They're friendly to you the moment that they bite it.
Yeah, exactly. And so for harder to tame lizards, it's usually a strategy to give them the food, take it away immediately, and then give it back to them again to retame really quickly. But for green lizards, you only need to tame them once usually. However, green lizards are actually kind of hard to come by for Rivulet because you're later in the timeline, so a lot of them have been replaced by caramel lizards or other lizard types. So there's a couple of low percent rolls on the east of Outskirts, a couple of 10 and 20%. And then in Industrial Complex, there is one guaranteed spawn close to Garbage Waste, but there aren't many, which means it's gonna be interesting to see people route for that. I'm gonna look through other regions to see if there's any spawns, but most of them are percentage spawns.
Yeah. Might be some outskirts grinding if some bad RNG happens.
Yeah.
Making people grind outskirts in a speed run will be pretty fun.
There's also in the bottom left, kill 4 yeeks, which is interesting. I believe in Subterranean when the OE gate is collapsed, there are a couple.
No. Do yeeks only spawn on like the far left of Subterranean for like after Gourmand?
I believe so. In Saint, they're also in Farmerays, but I don't think they are there for Rivulet. Having a quick look on. Yeah, they're not there for Rivulet. So Rivulet is going to have to. Oh, they're on the left side of Farmerays. So there's 2 places. So they're both in or close to Subterranean.
Like
so we'll see some action on the left side of the map.
There's exactly 3 yeeks on the map.
Yeah, and there's not many, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see people route over there. Either way, it's pretty out of the way. I don't think there's too much to do in Subterranean aside from that. I think the board is going to be getting pretty close to its finalized state, so I'll start to talk about more of the goals. In the top left, we have to pin 2 lizards in different regions. So that's the pin, the blue lizard, and then the wanderer symbol, and there's 2 of them. That way, you can kind of decode a lot of these if you're aware of the karma symbols and the passage symbols. There's mystery pearl closer to the right. It's the dark purple pearl from Skylands, which I think is it's like 5 pearls in Skylands. I think this might be the one that lays on the ground.
So it's not mystery pineapple.
It's 3 pineapple. You're gonna have to elaborate on that one.
That's I think it's an Airheads flavor. That the mystery flavor was always pineapple for like a notable portion of the run. So every time I hear about a mystery thing, I just think it's probably pineapple.
Alrighty. The dark purple pearl is the one closest to Saint spawn. So it's on the west side of Skylands, like most of the pearls are. Pretty easy for Rivulet to get to, so that'll be interesting to see. It's just collect, so you have to just touch it. You can throw it away if you want. We have in the middle, we have on the first row, we have to bomb the outskirts toll. So this isn't to pass it, it's just throw a bomb at that toll and blow it up so that the scavengers hate you now. So that's usually, it's an interesting goal for anyone to go for because it kind of marks you for the rest of the game as hated by the scavengers.
Then there will be a goal that people take usually at the end.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. If they spawn on outskirts, some people will just brave it, do it right away, so they get that goal locked in. Then we have, continuing down that first row, we have the Hunter Passage. So just eat meat 6 cycles in a row. That's not terribly difficult for Rivulet with how many Centowings spawn, so maybe You can just do that really in any region, actually. And we have to consume 7 karma flowers. 7 karma flowers is quite a lot.
That's a lot of karma flower. That's a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I think the route for that may be there's 3 in Sky Islands, 1 in Chimney Canopy, and then 3 in Industrial. That would be the optimal route. But staying alive in Sky Islands past eating each individual flower is a challenge, even as Rivulet.
One missed jump and you gotta do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
and
a
you
long
can't even
time.
Yeah, and you can't even do it again in a lot of situations, just because of how long it takes to respawn. So this will be a dangerous challenge to go for. Starting on the second row, we got the Drainage System Arena unlock. That should be a piece of cake for Rivulet. I believe that's in Lower Drainage System, if I recall correctly. No. It's right next to Garbage Waste. So that'll be pretty easy for it to get, yeah. Then we got the Big Jellyfish unlock and Submerged. We got 129 points overall. Kill 4 big spiders. So these are wolf spiders, not spitter spiders.
And the hardest part will be finding them.
Yeah.
Collect 4.
Yeah, they're not hard to kill. They're pretty much, if you touch them on the butt, they run away, and they're pretty easy to get around and stay alive when you're near them. There's 4 colored pearls. Collect 4 colored pearls. So this is just touch and throw away. You don't really need to store them in a shelter. On the third row, we've got to visit the Subterranean Echo while starving, which is not as difficult as it might seem. For Rivulet, it'll probably be the case people get to full food. They'll shelter on top of the subterranean.
By all means, it's probably the Echo that is closest to a shelter.
Yeah.
Outside of no, even 6 grains isn't. This one's literally just to the left of the shelter and then down a hole.
Yeah.
By all means, they can. It'll be as easy as visiting it with a few caveats.
Yeah, the worst part will probably be having to get across that worm grass while starving, but it may be the case that people do it. They'll starve from inside the gate in farm arrays, so that when they get the Echo, they'll be moved back before they even starved in the first place. So you could see someone route going from outskirts all the way to subterranean and back.
If people do end up dying to wormgrass while starving, that'll be pretty fun. That'll be very silly.
That would be so sad. In the middle, our second column in the third row, it's a little bit hard to see right now, but you can see it on the player perspectives. There's to trade 2 items between scavenger merchants. I believe the count is 2. Yeah, it's 2. So this is
like take a bomb from a scavenger merchant and give it to another guy.
Yes, you could take it, but it's probably a good idea just to drop a pearl for them, and they'll just throw out all their belongings. And then you'll see it on the screen. The items get blessed, and so they'll have a little sprite above them that tells you that they have been blessed by a scav merchant. You must bring them between 2 merchants. Usually the picks are shaded and garbage just because of how close they are together. The biggest issue being if you get a spear that's the blessed item, you can't really bring that through garbage waste without it being taken from you, and there's no way to get it back once a thieving garbage worm gets its hands on it. Moving to the center square, which is by far the most important square on the board since it blocks or gives you access to 4 different bingos, we have to dodge a Leviathan bite. So this is just baiting the Leviathan into opening its mouth to a certain degree. The goal used to be that it has to chomp and you have to avoid the chomp, but the proximity for that, it just made it way too risky. Then we have the farm arrays of Vista points. So these are just like the expedition Vista points. There's 3 of them. They're in the normal Vista point spots for farm arrays. So one of them will be just inside farm arrays from outskirts and then headed to the right, and then the other 2 will be close to the scav toll, further on the left. None of them should be particularly difficult for Rivulet to get through. You shouldn't have to use a deer. We then have, well, it's being changed right now, but it's a store X item in the same shelter. So, for example, it looks like 6 firecracker plants might be what it is. So, probably like a industrial complex goal, maybe outskirts.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. See. There's like 4 or 5. There's 4 near garbage waste, and then there's 3 near that pit room, close to the bridge to shaded. So I think industrial is probably the best place to do that. Maybe pipe yard. On the 4th row, we've got to store 3 beehives in the same shelter. This is definitely farmer raise. It's just you gotta grab some spore plants, or you gotta grab some spore puffs and throw them at the beehives to neutralize them, take them back to a shelter. 3 of them is annoying, but definitely doable. We'll be starting here soon. You can probably stick 1 in your stomach and then take the other 2 in hand. Then we have the chimney canopy vista, same story as the farmer raise one. One of them is pretty difficult to get. If it's over, there's a pit in chimney canopy. I believe the rune is, find it real quick. Chimney canopy B12. If it spawns there, I remember from my rivulet expedition that had that vista, it can actually be a challenge to get it as rivulet because your pounce trajectory is different than it is for other characters. So that'll be interesting to see if it spawns there. In the middle column of the 4th row, we've got to transport the same hazer through 4 different gates. This can be in your stomach, or it can be dead, it can be alive. Doesn't really matter. It just has to be the same hazer ID. Then we've got to befriend a green lizard. Just feed it once. That's all that'll take. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just finding one's the hard part. Then get the aquapede unlock and submerged. Kill 4 yeeks. Enter industrial complex. This will probably be a speedrun goal. It'll just be get there as quick as you can. Then we got the monk passage. Should also be pretty easy for rivulet, considering that the next goal there is to eat 14 blue fruit. So this will take a couple of cycles. But yeah, shouldn't take long. And then the final goal is the Sky Islands arena unlocks. This will be right next to that pearl in Sky Islands we were talking about earlier, in that silly room where there's a karma flower and funny jump. I don't really know how to describe it, but the entrance is right next to 2 pole plants on the west side of Sky Islands.
Bottom row looks kind of good. I'm not even gonna lie. You get 2 of these for free. Sky Islands unlock is already on the left side of the map, where the yeeks are already going to be spawning. The main issue is that speedrun goal.
Yeah, I think this is a really nicely spread out board. There isn't too much in like the exterior shaded side, but I'm a fan of this board a lot. It's pretty spread out. It may take a little bit longer than most of our rivulet games have. We'll have to see if teams go for majority or if they pick out a bingo to go for. I think industrial is probably going to be, well, it won't spawn in industrial because that enter industrial goal is there, but I think outskirts or chimney canopy or shaded or garbage, somewhere in the center of the map is probably going to be one of the best spawns for any of these teams here. I'm thinking about routing here. I do agree. I think that bottom row is probably one of the most powerful bingos here. The top row is also pretty good, but those karma flowers will take a while to get. Yeah, it's a nice balancing square because the right column as well is pretty easy to get, but then it's hindered by that karma flower goal. I think
it'll end up being a relatively balanced thing. Almost no path that I can go for I think is going to be easy or optimal, which will be nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think left column could be pretty good too, as well as the 4th row, that beehive goal being the intersection there. But yeah, I think this will be a really interesting game. I'm not sure how much Ice speedrunning experience will help out here, just because most of his routing has been just going drainage, chimney, the exterior, and then down through shaded and then submerged. So it's not... I don't think he has too much experience everywhere else in the map. We're starting, we'll see where we spawn. Looking like farm arrays to me.
Ooh, yeah.
Which may mean a rush for that Vista. To see where they come out. Yeah, left side farm arrays.
I don't know if the people have already made their routing, but I'm excited to see what strategies people employ.
Yeah, I think we might see karma requirement to enter subterranean is relatively high, but I think we'll see someone go for that subterranean echo at the start, while another player maybe heads for the vistas and the beehives. Is there still that hazer on the ground in farm arrays? Might be a thing. Yeah, there's still that alive hazer. So in LFA01s, we may see someone pick up a hazer there for that long-term goal. Yeah, I don't think there's too much else. There's a couple of firecracker plants, but probably not enough to get them all in the same shelter. We could see, what would be really interesting to see is a ploink from one of the players to get up that tall room in farmers to bring a couple of those spore puffs or firecracker plants up into the shelter there.
That'd be really interesting.
It would be interesting. This, I was not aware that this was the case for Rivulet. I thought it was always going to be a pick between orange lizards or spiders in this room that Iced is in, but
not
it seems
both.
that they can have both. And I think Ice did get one of the big spiders killed, which is a goal.
I'm not sure if it was one of the big spiders. I saw that he murdered one of the spitter spiders, but I don't know if I just missed the other one.
I think he killed it like right as he entered the room, but I only saw, I think I saw the gold pop up, so it might have been something else. Hollow's already got a deer and is headed across towards outskirts.
Yeah.
While, yeah, Vanilla is
some
doing the
multitasking
same.
going on.
Or no, what is Vanilla up to? Let's see. Looks like they might be headed to subterranean side as well. Looks like Iced has restocked on spore plants and he's just going to get these spitter spiders out of the way so that he can hunt down the bigger spiders here. Yeah, there's another kill. I think that count is 2, so he's gotten 2 of the big spiders. It's halfway done. I think what each team might be thinking of doing. Hollow is kind of beelining it to outskirts. Everyone else is kind of thinking around subterranean. What do you think you would do here if you spawned here, Das?
I'd probably immediately try to go for the if I had to guess, I'd probably go for the Vista and then try to work down through the middle rightmost column.
Okay,
So
yeah,
because
I
the
see,
big spiders are here, the green lizard's going to be in outskirts, which is close. There's a buttload of blue fruit, which seems to be what Hollow's going for right now, as well as a bunch of other stuff along those lines. It's kind of a slept-on category. I think the topmost one is that the hunter or the outlaw?
That's the hunter. I believe it's the hunter. Yeah. So that wouldn't be too difficult to get.
Yeah, no, that won't be hard at all. That's just a bunch of bat flies. It'll take a lot of grinding for cycles because you have to eat a lot of different foods to get it. But that's kind of a slept-on area.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good vision. I think, especially with Hollow kind of being uncontested, headed to outskirts here, he's going into a really goal-rich area with that, like you said, the blue fruit and the green lizard and getting the hunter passage.
Trying to stack up gunpowder plants as well.
Yeah, I don't know if there's 6 around, but can sleep now. Something that is, I forgot to mention at the start, each team or each player has a passage they can use to go to any shelter that they've already been in. So they could use the passage to advance the cycles by 5 cycles. That would probably respawn the firecracker plants if they really wanted to get that goal out of the way. But it's a debate if you use the passage in a utilitarian way, or you keep it for later on so that you're more mobile to block a bingo that the other team might have.
Yeah. It looks like Iced is currently attempting to get the big spider passage. It looks like he got it already.
And he just got it, yeah. So yeah, when that goal flashes blue there, he's got it. He just needs to find a shelter, which is, I'm interested if he's gonna. I would just go back if I was Iced really here. He can't be too careful, but looks like he's gonna head and advance towards subterranean. Maybe he's just headed for the food. We'll have to see what happens.
The hubris.
Yeah, it's always like, do I go right now?
Though.
Oh, blue jays.
Oh my goodness!
Take that
off the stream. Take that off the screen. We can't see that.
I don't know if they have
Animal
tweaked
Planet.
deer behavior on. If you have tweaked deer, okay, it looks like they do the way that one turned around. If you have tweaked deer behavior on, you can move your inputs in a circle, and the deer will always change which side of the room they're headed to. Looks like Vanilla, that would explain why Ice didn't head immediately for a shelter. Looks like Vanilla beat them to that goal there. Hollow does have enough firecrackers now to shelter. I'm curious to see if he'll stick around for that beehive goal or if he'll move straight into outskirts. it's kind of a gambit. Like, do you? It's really hard when you're actually in the matches to
Ice
think about
is
what the other
getting
team is
some
doing.
very funny deer behavior occurring right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ice might not have tweaked deer behavior on. We'll have to see. The only reason to have
Oh,
it off
there it
is
goes.
if you're a speedrunner and you want to do the funny deer skip, which is not something you'll probably be doing in bingo. So
Is it allowed to have a tweak deer behavior on for speedrunners?
oh yeah.
Okay.
And looks like there's
Cool.
hollow locking in that goal.
Yeah.
For most runs where you want to use deer, you really want the deer to just actually behave instead of skipping them. So it's usually a good idea to have it turned on, except for a few select runs. Hollow,
Like Blue Jays also
just checking the
resting
karma
now.
requirement there. So I think Hollow is going to go back and head maybe for those. I don't really know what's going
Eight
on.
goal locked in.
Well, yeah, there's the eat goal. Looks like Hollow is not going to do the beehives. Looks like Hollow's mousing over that bottom row there, so we might see them get those blue fruit, then head into Industrial Complex, and maybe Blue Jay heads to Sky Islands. They are, yeah, okay, so Blue Jay's doing kind of what I thought he would do here, which is starving so that they can pass through the gate, which I believe is 4 karma, and they'll have just enough to get through. They just gotta hope that they do not miss the fall to the Echo. That would really suck.
That would be unfortunate. To be fair, even if it's a little bit slow, hugging the right wall is a perfect way to get to prevent yourself from doing that. But I suppose your slug cat could just be like, "Oh, I'm so hungry," and just like give up halfway through holding on.
If I was in this scenario, I think I would just chill at the top there, crouch down, make sure my stamina is at like 110% before I even attempted to fall down there. Oh, Hollow getting nabbed by an actually accurate Karma Lizard. That is unseen.
Ooh,
It's a good thing they have that Karma Flower. They still have enough Karma to get back through the gate. This is their last attempt at that, though. I think if they die one more time, they might give up on the outskirts goal for a cycle and head for those beehives. Oh, no. Never mind. It's 2 Karma to leave, so they still got another attempt. I think, so there's a race here between Iced and Blue Jay. Iced has elected to starve on the upper part of this subterranean gate here, but Blue Jay's already starved and headed through the gate. So as long as Blue Jay doesn't have an incident, looks like they're going to beat Ice to this goal here. They're being very careful right now. Yeah, it looks like they made it.
We're seeing some real wonky deers in this run.
Yeah.
Look at that business down there.
All right, there's the 3rd goal for Red locked in. They are speed running right now.
That's impressive, yeah. Hope.
Wait,
did we see it? Did we see it?
Yeah. Did
we see a starving wormgrass death? I called it.
I think Ice might have done that intentionally, actually, because I think he didn't. Yeah, he's back across the gate now. So I think that was intentional gaming.
Damn. But... Well, I suppose that's just better. What is going on with the deer in the bottom? What is happening?
That's not very family friendly. All right, yeah.
Calm down. It's educational.
Okay, fair enough. We gotta. What is Iced up to? That's what I'm wondering. Why is he headed into subterranean?
If I had to guess, he might be. What is he?
And what is Blue Jay up to? Yeah, why are both teams headed further into subterranean? Is there some vision here I don't see? Maybe it's a quick passage to Shoreline is what they're looking for.
Maybe.
Tech Hollow is slowly and steadily picking up those 14 blue fruit. They're going to be pretty much uncontested for this. Most of the fruit types
so many blue fruit in outskirts.
Yeah, most of the fruit types around outskirts or around farmers and subterranean are just not that tight. What I really wish we saw here was a steel pearls goal. This room that Blue Jay is in is technically still a toll, so you can do some funny rivulet movement to steal those pearls there, completely uninhibited by scavs. Wow, yeah, Hollow. Now that I'm looking at it, I forget how much blue fruit is truly in outskirts.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Hollow is going to be pretty much uncontested. Oh my god. We'll have to see if that kelp is magically gone and the vulture is magically gone with it when Hollow re-enters that room.
Chicken dinner.
Is it?
Nice,
No.
narrowly escaping that kelp.
Looks like Blue Jay's eating mushrooms. How interesting. Better reaction time, I guess. Maybe it was an accident when they were trying to eat blue fruit. Oh, they got the Pippus. Oh, it's gonna go away right now, but there's a 1 in 1,000 chance, I believe it is, that a fruit will have the Pippus string next to it. Yeah, I think it's probably the case that. Wow. Okay. Maybe that's what Blue Jay got the mushrooms for, is these incredible water hops.
That was impressive, yeah. I check this. Okay,
Ah.
then they screwed up the moment that I pointed out.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Looks like, I wonder how close Hollow is to. I can't read the number. Let's see what to. Subterranean shenanigans. Wow, yeah, Hollow. Hollow is just going on a quest to get these fruit. This is a tour of outskirts right now.
Yummers.
Yeah, I think what Blue Jay and Iced are headed for is this quick shoreline entrance. They might both be going to Submerged, as well as getting that Leviathan unlock.
Yeah. Iced unfortunately ended up losing that to the to what's the word that I'm thinking of? To the I don't know what they died to, but they died to one way or another.
they died to death.
Yeah.
I think what I'm interested in is, will people attempt the Leviathan dodge in the subterranean water pool with the albino Levi, or are they gonna just wait until they're in shoreline where there's like 3 or more? I think that'll be a choice we'll have to see each team make. Yeah, it's interesting that Blue Jay has chosen to do shoreline here instead of heading to Sky Islands, just for that, because they're kind of uncontested for that bottom row there, assuming Hollow can get Monk really easily with these blue fruit, which they've just locked in their 14th. They just need a shelter now. They'll get Monk passage pretty easily, yeah. So Hollow's going to lock in the 4th goal for red right now. And yeah, you can see Hollow mousing over that bottom row there. So if Blue Jay had headed to Sky Islands, it'd be pretty much uncontested for this. Yeah.
The momentum is building.
Yeah, this is a quick lead being grabbed by red here. Iced has also been nabbed again, this time by a Karma Lizard. Might have been a Karma Lizard last time, but didn't see. I think he's not going to have enough karma. Yeah, he's only got 3, and I think you need 4 to enter this gate. Yeah, looks like he's going to maybe head to Sky Islands instead, which I think is probably the right thing to opt for here. It is interesting that no one's gotten the Vista point yet. Just doesn't, not a goal that people seem to care too much for.
Yeah. Are they going for that would be left and right column then? I'm not sure what the strategies here are looking like. Maybe left column is getting, but like you'd expect middle column to be expected, but that requires the Vista point. But red's not going for it. That
like Blue Jay
flashbang lagged the stream hard.
Yeah. Looks like Blue Jay is going to try and get this Levi dodge. It's pretty okay as Rivulet without a Jetfish, but getting it to spawn in the first place and then getting it to eat you, instantly nabbed by the Leviathan as it pops up. That is unfortunate.
Completely in the dark. That sucks.
Yeah, they got the goal. That's the saddest thing, is you get the goal when you die, because by the nature you dodge it first and then you get eaten. So it's pretty demoralizing for that to happen. Looks like Hollow is headed into Industrial Complex. This is like, when Hollow was headed to Outskirts, or I was like, yeah, this is definitely the play here. Just because it's such a goal-rich area, no one else is going here. You're just uncontested, and he's kind of speedrunning it too. So even if someone did contest him for it, he's done this incredibly well, this routing here. I mean, I don't know if Vanilla is trying to head to Sky Islands, but there's also the possibility that Hollow could beat Vanilla to Sky Islands if he heads straight up. That would be some crazy speedrunning. But Chimney and those more vertical areas really aren't a problem for Rivulet. It's just their spawns get a little bit silly. I'm also wondering if I didn't know Rivulet could actually wall jump those. That was probably max length for Rivulet. I wonder if Hollow is going to go for any of the goals that might be in Industrial, like pinning a blue lizard, getting all the karma flowers, getting some colored pearls, and then taming a green lizard. Wow, every color except green. There's the 5th goal for blue. I can't count. Oh yeah, 5th goal. Okay, I can count.
That's impressive. They're dominating the board right now.
Yeah, 5 goals in 16 minutes is really crazy
Pretty
numbers.
crazy, yeah.
Hollow, I think, should be closing in on Monk. They need 6 cycles worth, and I think they've probably only gotten 3 from the blue fruit that they've eaten previously. Maybe 4 now that they've sheltered in industrial, but they really got to think about not eating bat flies or any kind of meat here and just focusing on blue fruit. Looks like they are going to go en route for karma flowers.
Yeah, no, Hollow's going for the karma flowers here.
I think if they're headed into Skylands as well, this is definitely the play, because you can get 1 in Chimney and then the 3 in Skylands, and you're golden for that goal. And actually, doesn't even need the 1. He's got 1. He could screw up 1 because he's got 1 in Farmer Raise already. So if he dies on a cycle, it should be okay. Assuming it's not this cycle when he's already eaten 2.
I just looked over. Isis infiltration systems? What?
Headed to drainage system. Interesting choice. Maybe we'll see some gutter headed to chimney canopy that way. Would be interesting.
Drainage system unlock maybe is what it is. I think the thing that's being looked at.
Yeah, true. And then
One
you
of
can
the
head
only
into garbage
two.
waste.
The only complete rows are middle row or middle column in the top 2 rows and the 3rd and the 4th row as well. So
Yeah,
only so many options that Ice and Vanilla can take.
Yeah. I don't know why. Oh, Hollow doesn't have enough food. Hopefully he eats these. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this fruit here. Hopefully, and then shelters quickly. Yeah, it looks like Vanilla is headed to Skylands. They're basically on the hunter route right now. Wow. Some incredible movement from Blue Jay there. That was a really clean EI jump, I think. Hollow, I think, should be headed back to a shelter now. They've gotten all 3 of the industrial karma flowers, and they've also eaten, I think, only fruit, so they should be closing on a monk in a cycle or 2. Hollow is really popping off once they got out of Farmer Raise. I just really hope they don't die. This would really suck.
That would be so sad.
We'll have to see if Iced heads towards garbage waste or if he heads towards gutter. I think it shouldn't be too much of a detour to head towards garbage waste to get the unlock and then head to gutter. But gutter is 5 karma to get out of, so it's kind of rough. Hollow is, I think, yeah, posturing towards chimney canopy. Oh my god, I had a bit of lag there. Yeah, a bit of lag on that cyan there. I think here, oh, they got the egg bug body blocker there. I was gonna say you might want to stab that egg bug to get some friendly cyans so they stop chasing you. Like they are interesting. Really don't like that orange lizard for some reason. I'm not sure what their plan is. Oh, maybe they just want the popcorn for food. There is usually a popcorn goal on these bingo boards, but not this time. Oh, Blue Jay grabbed by the centipede. Got a spear off though. Yeah, they're in an interesting situation here. It looks like they're just gonna go for points. Yeah, it makes sense to take that kill there. Looks like Iced is headed close to garbage waste. Get this unlock. We'll have to see if he commits to going that way. It is only 2 karma, or it is only 1 karma to leave drainage system. Thank God, but we'll have to see if he chooses that or if he chooses gutter. I kind of want to see gutter because Iced is incredibly familiar with gutter movement as it's featured in the Rivulet speedrun.
Yeah.
What do you think you would do here if you were on Team Blue? Just seeing as how much control Red has.
Yeah. I'd probably completely pivot, try to knock out the, try to top out. Sorry, I'd probably try to pivot, knock out the 2nd row, and just hard work towards that. It's a pretty daunting row, but with one of them already done, it might not be that hard. And then either that or I mean, like, there's only so many options I can go for, really. Maybe
Yeah.
the chimney canopy one as well? I'm not sure.
Well, Iced is going to be uncontested for this unlock, and he is going to head into garbage waste. So might have the lead to get to submerged and get that jellyfish. If we're thinking in terms of that second row there. But then points is always going to be an issue. But Vanilla is in Sky Islands, which is a great place to farm points. Looks like Blue Jay
Ooh.
did get the Leviathan dodge in the pool here. Has to get hope that the centipede doesn't zap him to death in the water. It looks like they're gonna get out alive. Just need to find shelter. But yeah, for Blue, I think points is gonna be rough, but they should be pretty good on colored pearls if Vanilla is able to get a few in Sky Islands. Because Sky Islands has 5 in Downpour. There's ice locking in that drainage system goal. So we might see a race towards a bingo here. We'll have to see. Looks like the Leviathan is
What on
being
earth?
stun locked by a centipede in the water.
Interesting. Bro,
All right.
stuck the fork in the wall outlet. Oops.
um, Vanilla, I think, is being camped by a vulture just outside here, but they have a lot that they can do in Sky Islands, getting that, getting close to Chimney Canopy, getting that arena unlocked, getting one of the blue pins, getting the karma flowers, and getting the pearls, and getting the points. So I think Vanilla and Hollow probably in, they're both in really good situations where they're kind of uncontested for what they're doing. Blue Jay is not immediately headed to a shelter. They're going to brave this part of Eastern Subterranean. Just not the move that I would pull. But we'll have to see if it pans out for them. I think they've realized that Centipede is dead, not a threat. Hollow is headed further into Chimney Canopy. I'm interested to see if they're looking for the Vista or if they're going to head straight into Sky Islands. Oh, Iced has headed back into drainage system. I didn't notice that. So it looks like they were just using garbage waste as a place to shelter really quick. Are they going to try and plank up this room?
I hope so. That would be so cool if they did.
Because this is, if they do, if he does this, he's just going to put him right back onto the rivulet story route. He might just be trying to bait the leeches. Yeah, he's just trying to bait the leeches. When you stand on that pole,
I thought we would have seen something so hype. I would have gone nuts.
The biggest issue with that is it's so vertical. It's really hard to get such a shallow angle to the right or left that you'll actually land on any of the platforms instead of just being hitting your head on the ceiling and going straight back down.
Oh,
okay. BJ having a close call.
That was alarming. That was close.
Yeah. I just don't know if I would have the courage to do this. I don't know if the centipedes spawn here for roof. Doesn't look like they do. Bit of luck there. Now, will they be sane and shelter here? Yes. Okay. You don't want to... oh my god. Please tell me. Alright. Well, I mean, they're uncontested for this Leviathan gold, but it'd be a strange choice not to shelter right here. Yeah.
What on earth? This is so ballsy.
What I'm like... Whenever I commentate these, I'm convinced that the players do something to... Every time they do something to give me some psychological damage. Like, I don't know what they're up to. And there's that.
And
wow,
they lost the Leviathan goal. Even more. Yeah, so middle row is locked off as well. Or middle column, I mean.
Yeah, so it's getting rough for blue team here. They don't have too many options. They've only got that top row. So the 3 rows there, first, second, and fourth row. But yeah, getting that center square, that's a big lock-in for Blue Jay. And they've got now 2, I mean, pretty okay bingos to go for here. They'll have to head back into farm raise, though. Yeah, Iced just tamed the green lizard on the fly. I didn't... What is the chance of that drainage system spawn? Can't be...
That locks in the...
that... Ice got some 20% is that green lizard spawn there. So Ice got some nice luck getting that one to spawn there. A shelter, lock that in. It does progress them on one of the bingos that they have open, but they're kind of... Hollow's in Chimney Canopy and can get this Vista pretty easily. Doesn't look like that's what he's headed for, though.
Green lizard goal locked in?
Yeah. Vanilla is in Sky Islands though, which is great. Can get this pearl on the left here. I don't know where they're headed.
If
They might not
Vanilla
know about
does
this
get the
pearl.
Skylands arena, that locks off a lot of what Red is planning.
Yeah, they need to get this arena and the pearl over here on the left. Yeah, okay, so
It looks like
they've
Hollow still hasn't gotten Monk yet.
I don't know if Vanilla knows about either the unlock or the pearl. They might not be aware of that. They might be headed for some other goal. It looks like they're kind of just headed for food right now, trying to chase down this egg bug. Guys are slippery in.
I swear he was just through that pipe. He teleported to the other side of the room.
Yeah. Look, the egg bug is leading Vanilla towards the goal. Come here, get this for the bingo. No, don't leave. Hollow has not gotten the chimney canopy on lock. Vista, and they're headed kind of close to Sky Islands. I don't know if they're just sheltering here just to be higher up or if they're going to head into Sky Islands. But you got to think with that bottom row there, he's going to lock Monk in right now. Yep. And getting that Sky Islands arena unlock. I mean, Vanilla is in the room for it, but you never know. Gonna really suck for Hollow here.
Ice might be telling her about it.
Yeah,
that's what she's going for.
I think that's probably.
This would be huge. It would completely lock off Red's game plan.
My palms get sweaty in these rooms. And I'm not even playing. All right, looks like that. Yeah, they got it. All right, they just got to make it back alive, which is the hardest part. Thankfully, it's not the Cyan Lizard spawns here like it is for Hunter and Spearmaster, because that would be awful. It's just these low intelligence specimen. Wow.
Bothering him.
Oh, and it's calling back up. The second one's going to show up, and there's going to be a cluster over there.
The whole.
Well, we'll check back in 4 minutes and see if that guy's moved. I mean, it would really. Oh, Hollow into the void. Unfortunately.
Into the void.
It would be really unfortunate if Hollow made it over there first, though. Looks like Blue Jay's just gonna, or Vanilla's just gonna grab some food while they're up here, though. It's pretty easy for Hollow to pivot back to Chimney Canopy and get that Vista if once this Sky Islands arena unlock gets grabbed by Blue. So you just kind of yeet yourself into the void and you're back in Chimney. I think Vanilla's kind of been out of the view of the Orange Lizards enough. They should, never mind, that guy's tweaking. Wow. That is some interesting behavior. All right,
he's going down.
Finally, that area is free to move through. Blue Jay is deep in a shoreline now. I think probably headed.
There's a White Lizard right in the way.
They got the strongest weapon in the game. Not even a contest. doesn't need to do it a second time, but wanted to zap that White Lizard for a second time there. They're probably gonna head straight for Submerged, I think, here, just because of that Aquapede and Big Jellyfish unlock. They are using this jellyfish to its full extent. Oh, they're getting some points while they're at it too.
Sorry, I'm watching the White Lizard and Vanilla have a little fight.
Yeah, it's kind of a race for points right now.
Goes back to ambushing.
Bonk.
He just doesn't care.
The White Lizards, they know when they're in your way and you have to go through them.
Brainless thing.
You do a backflip here and maybe get on top of that ball and you're good to go. Or like that, nice. All right, looks like they made it in. They're gonna lock this in. Hollow is probably gonna be pretty devastated, but they have not grabbed it. Vanilla has not grabbed the pearl. Hollow got the pearl, I think. Interesting. According to the... So there's... I thought it said the dark purple pearl, but there's the dark... I don't even know how to say this word. Fuchsia, I think is the way to describe it. The one just kind of laying on the ground where Hollow was there.
Remind me,
I can't see if it's glowing red.
If the board ends up with no bingos at the end of it, because there's a bunch of things that have been locked off by individuals, does it just tie like tic-tac-toe, or how does it work from there?
So it works in terms of board majority. So whoever gets the 13 squares first will be the winner.
Got it.
So, but if you get board majority, you don't win until you've blocked off every single bingo. So right now, it's going to be red team's goal to get a bingo or block off those last last three bingos that blue has and go for majority. Oh my god, Hollow is playing quite riskily. I was pretty convinced that they would get that pearl. It's B1 as a challenge. I believe letters and numbers, so it's going to be that completely empty one. It's going to be the deep purple pearl, yeah. Which should be right next to Saint Spawn, as far as I'm aware. But Vanilla passed right by it. And Hollow passed by the other purple pearl. So if they aren't locking it in right now, then I don't think they have gotten that goal. But yeah, it was sort of close to where Vanilla was. Vanilla grabbed the Swampy Green pearl, but it's not the right one. The problem with the great thing about Sky Islands is there's 5 pearls, and the problem with Sky Islands is there's 5 pearls, so you can never really remember which one is which.
There's so many, and they all look so similar.
Oh, Hollow got the 4 colored pearls, didn't get the dark pearl. The dark
That's rough for middle row.
Yeah, that's...
Or for second row.
Yeah, that's blocked blue out of their biggest bingo so far. Yeah. It's only 2, so it's not too much of a time sink. But yeah, they're running out of options now, blue. And Hollow has got some really good progress on the cauliflower goal.
Yeah. Yeah, the Scav Merchant Cartel quest is also... seems to be one of the main things locking them out of getting that middle row done.
Yeah. You gotta be really confused as Hollow right here, knowing that Vanilla or somebody on blue team has gotten that arena unlock, but has not gotten the pro, which is 1 room away from the arena unlock. But it looks like he's gonna give up on going for that, and they're gonna head maybe to this merchant here. I think that would be the wise choice. Get a couple of goals you can travel through to Shaded with, or a couple of items. Yeah, looks like they're headed to the merchant. Hollow is playing incredibly well. There's another Karma Flower here that they can grab. They didn't get the...
It looks like Blue Jay's going to be using a passage here.
Yeah, headed into Farm Raise. I think this is a very smart choice for this Vista here, because you
I guess, yeah.
Gotta think that they've blue teams left Farm Raise by now. Hollow has got debating. Okay, looks like he's giving him 1 pearl. You want to grab the lantern. I believe they dropped the lantern. Interesting. Okay. Just taking 1 item. Unless they grabbed something and stuck it in the stomach. I can't really tell. But yeah, you really want to grab 2 items here. Yeah, okay. They've just got a pearl that they might trade. See if the scavenger restocks with items that they can carry in their stomach or something.
Ice is also just seemingly unintentionally or otherwise working on that point goal.
Yeah, I think probably intentionally. There we go. Vanilla's figured out where the pearl is. This would be a great goal to lock in for blue team right here. I think Ice is probably going to try and wipe out this orange lizard group here for points, or maybe not. Yeah, I'm really not sure what he's up to.
Pretty risky.
Oh, no, the beehives have been popped. I think he might be trying to get beehives. Yeah, really not sure. There's
4 puff to get the beehives though. That's a problem.
Oh yeah, that's true. Unless I think you can do a silly thing where you can stick it in your stomach quickly and then spit it out in the shelter, but I don't know if that'll actually count for the goal. Yeah, there's Vanilla locking in that pearl goal.
Getting a lot of kills, it seems, might also be Ice's goal.
But yeah, Blue has more bingo opportunities than Red does. Pretty interesting. Red only has that middle row. They have to play for majority really here if they don't get that. I don't know what Red... Yeah, Vanilla's headed into Farm Raise as well. Going to get this Vista, and then Hollow's working on that Scav trading goal. Blue team isn't really in a place to block them from either of these goals, so I think this is a smart choice from Red here. Finding the Vista though. Don't know how good... Oh, Rivulet has the Rivulet exclusive rooms. I was going to say it's going to be a bit of a pain to get closer to outskirts from here, where Blue Jay is, but with the underwater rooms, it's not that big of a deal. But they are going to have to take a pretty roundabout route close to where the vistas are, and they'll have to cross through the toll if they're headed this way.
We got a Vulture EBDB going up.
Blue Jay can also get this spore puff, or I keep calling them spore. In the code, they're called spore plants, which is the beehives, and then the thing that like you throw onto them is the spore puff, and confuses me. They got the beehive goal that they can do here as well that Hollow opted to not get last time they were in farm arrays. Vanilla's headed back into farm arrays as well, so probably seeing that they need to block at least one of these farm arrays goals here. Looks like Hollow is... They got an explosive spear carried to the next merchant, which is an interesting choice. I especially an interesting choice to have it in your primary hand, because if you throw it, you just gotta die and reset. There's no way to get it back once you've done that. I think Iced has got to be closing in on points right now.
That'll be a big goal to square away.
Yeah, that would be a great goal for blue team right here.
Red is at 8 and blue is at 5. If they can close this gap to get board majority. Bingos are looking pretty unrealistic right now just because there's so many squares. There's 4 squares needed on both the potential bingos left on the board for blue. And they are not easy ones.
I'm still just positive. It looks like they're thinking about routing, probably checking the map, but thinks that ooh, Logan, no white lose a jump scare. I think red team's really just got to be looking for finishing those last 2 goals in that third row there. I foresee an unfortunate event where a white lizard tongues at Hollow and grabs the spear out of his hands and flings it off the edge.
Yeah, flings it into a pit in Sky Islands. Another EBDB from the Vulture.
It's always a risk to be carrying around a spear as the thing to trade between merchants. I would have re-rolled, hopefully for a lantern, but it's really not that easy to do. There is the possibility you could trade this to this shaded merchant. Then the shaded merchant will likely have a lantern in return, and you can take that lantern and chain it onwards to garbage waste. Or you could passage back as well. That's an option.
Oh no.
Oh, that's definitely savable, especially as Rivulet.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was close though.
It was stressful though. I would have been. I would not have been doing well after that.
We also might, with a points goal on the board, we haven't seen Vulture Cheese, which would have been really interesting to see someone grab one of those Vulture grubs from the bottom of a chimney and bring it up to the Echo where the Vultures are pacified to farm points there. But it looks like they're going for points the old-fashioned way. Blue Jay did pin a blue lizard here, so that's one region done. They need a second blue lizard in a second region to finish out that goal. Shouldn't be hard in outskirts or industrial complex. Oh yeah, I hadn't noticed. Red also has that middle column. They have 2 bingos that they can go for, the same as blue. I don't know how much progress. I don't think either team has any progress on the Hazer goal, so it would take a while once they decide to pivot to that. Like, Iced has grabbed a bomb from the scavenger treasury in industrial complex. It's going to bring it to outskirts, bomb this toll here, which is good. That does work towards one of Juice Bingos and blocks red out of one of their 2 remaining ones. Hollow put out, not sure why. Might have been quicker than waiting for death. Oh yeah, they're back in Sky Islands. That is unfortunate. Looks like Blue Jay was trying to farm points on this Vulture here, but missed their spear.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Oh, there's Iced locking in the second Blue Lizard pin, while Blue Jade just got in there first. Yeah, Iced might be able to... Blue team could have a surprise bingo here with Iced getting this Toll Bomb. Somebody could get the Hunter passage and finish his Karma Flower goal.
The game is
Hollow...
looking locked in from the start, but who knows?
Yeah, it's getting shaky for red team here, because Hollow died after eating, I believe, 2 Karma Flowers in Sky Islands, which is pretty disastrous. I don't think Ice shelter. Oh, did Ice shelter? Yeah, I think Ice did shelter. I was gonna say I didn't think Ice sheltered, but I can't imagine a world where Ice would not shelter before trying to bomb this toll, because this toll,
yeah,
this room is
whenever
the party
Ice,
room.
You know, whenever Ice does bomb the toll, he'll get just an absolute truckload of points.
Yeah, that is true as well. I hadn't considered that. Might be, especially in that room. There's a bunch of lizards as well.
Ooh,
Ice
good.
has 6 out of 7 Karma Flowers as well. So, Blue
he
might
can
be
somehow
sneaking up
manage
here.
to not die after bombing this toll.
Yeah. So many squid caters. 3 points, I guess. We'll have to see how close he gets on this toll here. Oh, this is not the place to bomb it from, Iced. Oh no. You want to stand on the block with 2 Iceds right here. This will still count, but you can still get stabbed. I know Iced is in triple digits for points. That's all I saw. I can't quite see
Yeah, it's a bit
the full
blurry.
number, but he should be getting really close. There's gonna be a kill squad or some really angry scavengers out and about now. Should be easy to get some kills in that matter. I think Hollow died again. This is unfortunate. They might have to... I don't know what they died to, but I would really just try to get some item you can stick in your stomach for this scav toll goal.
If Ice
Spears.
can make it back to his shelter, it's got a lot
Oh,
of this.
what a
Ooh, that was an
snipe.
impressive shot.
We're grabbing a spear, and they're probably gonna... I don't know. Does Rivulet have those silly dropwig spawns? I don't think they do in Outskirts. It's kind of like a non-issue for Rivulet. Yeah, it looks like they don't have the 7 dropwigs or whatever, so that's usually a pretty easy way to farm points. Gonna try and get this pink lizard here. Taking advantage of the fact that lizards usually, when they leave a shortcut, they immediately try to stick their head in a shortcut above them, be it a den or player shortcut. So he's gonna get a kill on that pink there, and he's locked in points. Blue Jays gotten the Vista point. This is gonna be... It's coming down to the wire here, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Hollow's got to go quite a distance to get this scav merchant gold here.
I
coming a
still
lot
hasn't
closer.
slapped. It could all go downhill.
That's true. Losing points and that bomb would be disastrous. It should be pretty much home free here, especially as Rivulet. Yeah, it's Hollow here. You gotta be panicking a little bit. You're gonna see 2 pop up here. I'm curious how close. Oh, I still
Now
have
it's
food.
died again. There's food just down from here though,
Yeah.
and the last Karma Flower.
The last Karma Flower, he's gonna get Batflies here. Oh, this is a bingo in 1 here. If Ice can get these Batflies. Oh wait, no, he's still missing another Karma Flower, I think. Oh yeah, he needs Hunter. It's not just 1 cycle, unless he's eaten meat the whole time. We haven't noticed. This is gonna be this
A
is
lot
gonna
of
be really
lizards
close.
there though that are blocking it off now.
Yeah, you might
That
head to the tutorial
Absolute
shelter here.
cluster.
You might try to sneak past and head to the tutorial shelter. Yeah, I think this is a wise move from Iced. Or not. I was just gonna go around the other side. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I think Hunter, you might want to head into Sky Islands or Chimney Canopy for finishing Hunter, or through Industrial in that way, just because there's so many Sun Wings, and that's just a great way to get Hunter, especially for Rivulet. Hollow is taking
This
a
is gonna
second
be
crack at going
satisfying.
for Chimney. Yeah, this
Get
is
ready.
gonna be really satisfying. A triple here, I think. Or just a double.
Duo.
That's, yeah, you got to be threatened as red right now.
8.
They've kind of stagnated a little bit. I think
It's 8 to
tied.
9 now.
8 to 9, okay. Red is
2
out of
more.
bingos. Blue has still 2, but the second bingo is pretty. It's second bingo there
If
is
Hollow
pretty
can
hard
get
to
the
get.
scavenger merchant side quest, that's all that they need.
Yeah. And it looks like it's gonna be a race for Iced. Is the Karma Flowers have probably respawned or close to respawn maybe for Iced. He could passage to speed that up a little bit and then get that last Karma Flower and then just work on Hunter. Hunter it's a time sink though, so Hollow might have a chance to get here. It's gonna be a race.
Does Hollow have to do the scav merchant to and fro twice or just once?
They have to do it twice, but they
Oh, that
may
would take a
end
while.
up, unless they have an item in their stomach I'm not aware of, because they've only got the one. I'm being told by the voice in my head that they do have an item in their stomach, so they might
voice of
be able
God.
to get this in one. Yeah. So maybe they'll get it in one, or they'll head to garbage waste. Either way, it shouldn't take them too much longer. I just hope they can get a good shelter off here and get to 5 karma to head into shaded. We'll have to see. I don't know what their karma is at right now, but you think you'd shelter right here just to be as safe as possible. And also, please move the spear out of your primary hand so you don't actually accidentally throw it. All right, looks like they're at 4, so they'll have 5 when they want to attempt getting into shaded here. Oh, yep, they've got 2 items. They're gonna leave. Maybe they don't have food. I don't know what Hollow's up to.
They might want to like not risk it.
Oh, Hollow might be trying to go for this last Karma Flower.
We know that
Don't
Ice
grab the
is
pole
too,
plant. Don't
though.
grab the pole plant. It's gonna be a race between Ice and Hollow for this, but I think Ice haven't respawned yet.
Or
But
Hollow.
Hollow, Ice. I think Hollows have been, because Ice went through Industrial just a couple of cycles ago, but Hollow, it's been probably more than 7 or 8 cycles. We will have to see in the next couple of rooms if it's next to that shelter. Hollow doesn't
It's
even need to
not.
go back and shelter with the items. It's gonna pass by that area anyways. What is Hollow up to? What is Hollow up to? Maybe they're rushing for this Karma Flower. Oh, a block just might be Hollow's priority here. And so they haven't gotten this outskirts Karma Flower in a long time. Yeah. They've stored the items safe and sound so they can come back and get them later, but it's their highest priority to stop Blue from getting that easy bingo there. I think this is a smart move, honestly, from Hollow here. But
Quite funny.
at the same
that Blue
time,
Jay is on red team.
the same time, you could have gone into Shaded Citadel and gotten that Karma Flower close to the first shelter in Shaded. So it's an interesting choice. What? Never mind. Hollow's headed towards farm arrays? Maybe they aren't aware of they've forgotten about the here is a strange energy flower.
That feels unlikely though.
Yeah. It is Rivulet though. It is Rivulet, so it's not that much of a detour.
Incredibly fast-paced game. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a bad cyan.
Oh, Ice is in the death tunnel. I swear, lizards are. Oh, he
Ooh,
just
that's
got grabbed
unfortunate.
on the last tick before he goes through that shortcut. That is gotta hurt.
That's miserable, yeah.
All is at 6 out of 7, so maybe he's gonna get this last one in the tutorial room. He's just going for the harder one first. That really sucks for Iced. It was like the last frame that he could have gotten grabbed there. That's super unfortunate. Yeah, this is gonna be a great block
Blue's
from
got it.
Hollow if he gets this.
I know. Blue's got to watch out. It might be Jover for them if they can't get this other counter block.
Yeah, Blue Jay has 2 of the spore plants. Okay, I'm just gonna call them that because I'm gonna say it wrong every time. They got 2 of the spore plants, and they've got a 3rd one in their stomach, so they're gonna lock that in. That is a great goal for red. Uh-oh, Blue Jay crashed or not? It took him a while. All right, they've locked that in, blocked Blue out of that. Bingo, and Hollow is gonna get this Karma Flower goal and block Blue out of that bingo. So Blue is out of bingos now. What a turn of events.
What a battle.
Wow. That is insane.
Ooh,
I was
huge
starting
block.
to stress. Yeah, red can just go for majority now. They've got a lead on that fact. I would head to submerged and
Red
have
can
one
just go for
person.
that bingo and win the whole game.
Yeah. Oh, Hollow's gonna pass it back to Industrial and grab those items. Wow. Okay. Aside from those deaths, I think Hollow has played basically a perfect game here.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy, yeah.
they have played incredibly well this time.
And the industrial Karma Flower respawn for ice that cycle. That sucks.
That is, yeah. I think if I was ice there, I might have used my passage to advance the cycles a little bit. That's unfortunate. You can't you can never know what the other team's doing. So you just have to gamble that. You're
I never
guessing
thought
right.
about advancing the cycles with a passage as like a reason to use a passage, but I guess yeah, no. It's
Yeah.
always been a cool bit of flavor, but I suppose it does actually count for the sake of respawning things.
Yeah, I remember in one of my bingo games, I used it to, one of the goals to hatch a noodle fly egg, and I used it to advance the cycle so that the one in industrial respawned quicker. Because there's only one, you needed like 2 or 3. But yeah, it's a cool mechanic, but it's kind of easy to forget about. It looks hollow. I don't think Rivulet Shaded is a particularly dangerous place. There might be the red spider that there is for Hunter. It's in your way, but it shouldn't be the worst. Yeah, they could also go to the garbage waste merchant, but they do have the spear, so it's probably safer to go through Chimney Canopy. Or not Chimney Canopy, wow. Shaded Citadel. Those are very different region names. I don't know how I messed that up. Iced is also headed towards Shaded, it looks like. Wow!
That was really close.
That was... I don't know what it is with Iced, but he's been getting some really accurate Karma Lizards today. Usually those guys are complete pushovers.
Sometimes a Caramel Lizard will just lock in and decide that your time is now.
Yeah.
Ooh, huge slide throw.
Yeah,
The
Iced
speed
is...
tech is really showing here.
Iced is pretty familiar with Rivulet, and doing Rivulet E slides is super powerful. We're going to probably see some of this bridge into Shaded as well. Yeah, I mean, from here, there's a route to do this trading goal and then head into Shoreline and then Submerged as well. So Hollow might head to there. Vanilla, I'm not sure what Vanilla's up to now. I think they're just trying to do escape from Farm Arrays.
You know, the game ends once Hollow gets these items.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's a
hope
time
they
limit
take
for
a
the
nice-
others.
I hope they take a safety shelter inside of Shaded here at the start, just so if you have an unfortunate encounter with a red spider, you're all right. And keep an eye on Iced here to see if he does anything fancy. Okay, that's not quite as fancy. Yep, there's a couple of E-slides. Rivulet movement is always really fun to watch. I don't think still anyone's gotten a Hazer. So if it comes down to that somehow,
I
that'll be
doubt
really
that it'll come
interesting.
down to that.
well, you never know. You never know. We'll have to see what happens. Hollow is going to take the upper route in Shaded. This is probably a really smart idea. What's not a smart idea, though, is not sheltering here. It's an interesting thought process. And then going through the shortcut where you just saw a red spider. All right, looks like they are going to go through the lower route, or at least they're going to shelter here first. It's a smart choice. They don't have threat indicator on, so I can't tell if there's another spider and there a mole lizard, but it looks like they're safe to enter through here.
The mole lizard, though.
Blue Jay is keeping their... I was just going to say spore puffs again. Spore plants, beehives, and they're using them as weapons to pin down the creatures that may threaten them. But they're headed into outskirts, and I don't know what their play is here. They maybe had drainage and then garbage and then submerged in some way.
Hollow
I
got
don't know.
that safety shelter. It's only a matter of time now.
No beast glitch. Unfortunate. Oh, they wanted to grab a pearl. All right. Yeah, Hollow is locked in that shelter. Just a matter of getting across. Shaded alive, which is not exactly an easy task sometimes. Now that he's re-rolled, that red spider gets sniped in the lower areas. Iced is making quick progress through Shaded, though. He went the upper route. but is only a few rooms away from the next shelter. I can't see a world where he ends up beating Hollow to this though, but you never know. This is still really close though. I can see a world where Iced just locks in here and makes it to garbage, but you have to get like 2 lanterns or something, or a lantern and a bomb. Otherwise, it's just gonna get stolen right away. It's getting close. Hollow is taking an interesting route. Ooh, okay. Never mind. Ice might have a better chance here than I thought. Because going this lower route is really dangerous, even as Rivulet. You might as well just go through one of the middle or upper routes and take advantage of your speed and being able to see anything. We'll have to see. I don't think this is faster. I haven't seen this ever used in like a Hunter story run or any route that goes through Shaded. Usually we see the middle route. So I think this is kind of more dangerous without much advantage.
What is Blue Jay Vanilla up to? I haven't seen them make like a lot of notable progress towards a goal in a bit.
Yeah, I don't. Blue Jay may just be vibing because Hollow is kind of like in the zone to do stuff. But yeah, I'm really
Just playing Animal Crossing music in his headphones and running around Rain World.
Yeah, it's valid. If you got faith in your teammates to do something, you can kind of just chill out here.
Yeah, it's power, friendship, moral support.
Yeah. The Chimney Canopy Vista is still a possibility though, so they could head for that. I think is Hollow in Kelp? Where is Hollow? I don't know these lower shaded rooms. I never go to this area. Oh yeah, that's the. I was wondering. Yeah, going for a hunter. Oh, iced, locking in that hazer goal. I didn't notice he'd grabbed it. He had a hazer all this time. Headed to Shoreline and submerged. It looks like.
Is that taking 4 hazers through a Karma Gate or 1 hazer through 4 Karma Gates?
The latter. So taking 1 hazer through 4 Karma Gates. Looks like he's had it in his stomach for a while.
Best friend.
Yeah. Where is Hollow? Hollow is in what? They're in A17. Okay. No. Yeah, I don't know what they're up to. All right, looks like they figured their way out. Yeah, okay. I just wouldn't take this lower route, but they should still be okay. Iced. Oh. Headed back into Shaded. Why would you shelter in... Oh, for the gate. Duh. I was wondering why you'd shelter in Shoreline and then head immediately back into Shaded as well. Yeah, looks like Hollow is going to consult the map. I think it's a wise choice here. Oh, no. All right, I'm clipped through the floor there. Oh, no. Was that... Okay, I thought that's... Never mind. I confused the sprite. I thought they threw a flashbang that was the item that they were transporting for a second there. No, they wouldn't have gotten a flashbang from the Shaded or the Sky Islands merchant. Yeah. This is I don't know what's going on with Hollow right now. This is a strange route. I hope that he can get out in time because it looks like Ice is gonna head back. We might see that connection from Shaded to Garbage Waste now, which I really love seeing in a match.
Yeah, you never ever see it, so it's...
Yeah, it's really only good for getting between these 2 merchants. I think Hollow has made it a little bit further. Yeah, okay, they're progressing. They're nearly in the Mole Lizard room. And then from there, it's back into normal route territory. This room is dangerous, though. The Mole Lizards can sneak up on you. Oh, what the? Huh? Yeah. That's...
Scavenger bombed the toll, got bombed in return.
Yeah, that's I guess that's karmic retribution. I guess. That is. Yeah, that's interesting. Because you can. I don't think you can steal an item off of their person without, or even with a hazer. I don't think that's how that works. So it's an interesting choice. Looks like Hollow is putting
Just
out a
throw a
resetting.
squid at you and
probably.
pickpocket you.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened to me just yesterday. I didn't even notice it happened. They, I don't think that's how it'll work. You can do it for items that are close to the scavenger. Like I know you can steal from a pearl or from a toll. You can steal some spears off the ground if they can't see you. But
Yeah, if you're taking it from his wallet,
yeah, I
they have
think
specialized anti-pickpocketing hands.
yeah, which is explode them with big bomb and probably kill themselves in the process.
Yeah.
You see what?
To serve the cause.
You might want to grab a lantern here, give it to the merchant, then kill the merchant and take the lantern. That'd be the meta play. I wonder how close Blue Jay and or Hollow are to getting Hunter here. All right, there's 2 items right there. Oh my god. I'm witnessing a murder. Oh my god. Iced is stuck in hell right now.
Having trouble with the scavs.
Yeah. He got a flashbang and a lantern there. What is Hollow up to? Interesting. Looks like they went to get food, and they're still gonna head down again. So it looks like they grabbed the food in order to use the shelter halfway through this lower route. I mean, it should take half as much time now that they know what they're doing, but yeah, this lower route just isn't it, I don't think. I wonder if there's a point where they just try another way. I mean, still, with Iced Death there, it's a race between the 2 of them, but Hollow already has the items to trade. I think he's kind of inherently at an advantage here. Blue Jays grab some pickles. Looks like they're gonna eat those and then sleep.
It's still 11 versus 9.
Blue Jay can get Hunter
Pretty
here.
rough.
It's gonna get really, really close for Red.
Ended up getting a spear from the merchant. That sucks.
That is unfortunate. Use the spear to kill a merchant when it respawns with actually good items. Looks like Blue Jay's gonna check their Hunter progress right now. They're about 2/3 of the way done, so they're getting close. Yeah, getting a Sunwing is probably the best bet here.
Kaya was going nuts in the background.
Yeah, we had a bioengineering, and then we had stoneheads, and then we had Kayava.
Oh, the best
playlist here.
The James Primate playlist.
Yes. I wonder if Ice is going to take a shelter here. Oh, it looks like he's gotten 2 items. I hadn't noticed that. He's got a flashbang and he's got an explosive spear.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wouldn't take the explosive spear, but it's you do you.
It's now or never, realistically. Faster you can
Yeah.
get that merchant.
You can do the funny strat where you jump at a garbage worm and then drop the spear right as they reach towards you and then scare them away, because garbage worms, they don't thrive off spears, they thrive off the energy they get from your suffering when they steal from you. So as long as you drop the spear, they don't want to eat the spear anymore.
Yeah. Like, I don't anymore.
Hollow is headed into garbage waste instead of going to the shaded merchant.
I'm just giving Blue a chance? What's going on?
I mean, he's still ahead, but wow, this is a really bizarre play. He might have accidentally gone this way, actually. That is a possibility, because he's been checking the map a lot, and the lower route is pretty convenient. Nope, he's headed straight for garbage waste. All right. Well, oh, he's getting harassed by a spider. Spiders usually let go pretty quick, though. I mean, it's an interesting choice, but Blue Jay can still get Hunter here pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
some bat flies, and red should still be pretty good. What's happening? Maybe. We'll see. This has been this is a longer game than I thought it would be, and it's been very back and forth. What's the broken merchant? Uh-oh. Hollow went to the fake merchant. I cannot tell you how unfamiliar I am with this area. I do not play more Slugcats, but yeah. It's called Shaded Scab Shop, and it's not actually a merchant.
It's a fake merchant. That's so wild. I've never seen this area, I don't think.
I think like we're the second people to ever see this area. I don't think many people go this way.
We're breaking new ground.
I mean, it's not. It's like 2 minutes to get to the real merchant. I'm really glad they were not headed to garbage waste though. Oh my god. What is it with shaded and having evil bridges, buttered bridges? Especially as Rivulet, when you've got that such a crazy speed, you can kind of just fall off of horizontal poles all the time. Makes my palms sweaty.
Why do you want us to cover every single bridge in vegetable oil?
Yeah.
It'd be funny. It's
yeah, it's like the Path of Pain in Moraine World, but they put butter on all the bridges instead of saws everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like Blue Jay's checking one of the Vista locations. This is the evil one. So the Vista is usually just a couple tiles lower than you can do with a regular Rivulet pounds. So they're lucky it's not here. There's one more, I think, further
sorry, that was
to the east.
Ooh, mega blink. Mega wall pounce. I just landed like 4 to 5 wall pounces.
Oh, yeah, Rivulet already has... the unit is pretty arbitrary. They have 7 speed already, which means if they just are crouched and they can jump, then they can wall pounce without having to do anything else. They just press down and jump. Just
it's
pretty baller.
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
If you watch the Rivulet story speedrun, they go through the gutter. There's like the route through there is insane. So many wall pounces. Hollow's made it to the evil mole lizard room. They've baited I think all of them to the lower area, so if they can cross through the top, they should be good to go here. Man, this is a stressful game.
Close as well, though. Ice is making super quick progress.
Yeah. I wonder... Is he going to go all the way to Skylands? I think I would lose my brain if he went to Skylands here.
That's rough.
He can do a wall pounce and get back. Art. Okay, he's going to take the shortcut. Nerd. Got to do a wall pounce there. Come on.
Dude, make it hype for us.
Yeah. you gotta show off. Oh, he wants to go up again. Oh. He's got a mushroom as well, which is an interesting item to be carrying around. So there's a chance you could throw the spear and eat the mushroom. This Centerwing is going to aggro on him pretty quickly. Yeah. He's been in that room for long enough that they're going to be pissed off at his existence. Hollow... Did Hollow die? I think Hollow died. Yes, please take the upper route. Thank you. Okay. This route is incredibly linear, so... Hopefully Hollow is good to go here.
Straight line, yeah.
Blue Jay got the Vista. Yeah, so there's this and the Pearl Room are the only 2 locations left. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, evil Cyan Lizard. Evil Cyan Lizards, plural. There isn't really a shelter down here unless you go all the way in the gutter. I don't know what that play is here. Vanilla might still be working on Hunter. I'm not really sure what they're up to, though. This is a nice couple batfly nests around here.
Tension is crazy. We've been sitting on this scavenger goal for so long.
Yeah, I'm stressed out. All right, Hollow is in the room where the evil red spider can be. No, don't go up. That's where the shelter is. You want to go down. Yep. Yeah, Hollow's doesn't look like he's too familiar with the shaded routing, which I don't blame him, honestly. There's plenty of other reasons. There's plenty of other ways to get where you want to go in a casual playthrough. He's kind of locked into the path towards the merchant now, so it should be a minute or so.
Only a matter of time.
And it'll
Do the
be
enemy lock off.
with that goal. Oh, Blue Jay should be getting Hunter pretty soon as well, which would mean
Surprised
board
Vanilla
majority.
hasn't.
Yeah. What is... Oh, Blue Jay's one cycle away from Hunter. So we could see majority from Blue Jay or the Scav Merchant and then majority. Hollow. Looks like Iced is headed into garbage. He'll be pretty close to this Merchant, but it's going to be a tough traversal. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess this
Narrowly
Rivulet
avoided
you
them.
can... I guess this Rivulet is a little bit easier to dodge these garbage worms.
Take a lot of skill.
Blue Jay needs to find some kind of meat. I would probably kill one of the big spiders that spawns down below there. Or wait, yeah, you can't eat spiders for... I always confuse them in Sunwings. You see, in speedruns, you don't eat food, so that's why I get confused. We're gonna
The only way that
stab...
Blue can manage to win at this point is by getting every other square on the board.
Yeah. They have... I mean, they have an opportunity. Blue Jays died here, so they're going to lose a little bit of Hunter progress. If Vanilla is close on Hunter, then that's an option, and then Iced is
Then
going to
it's
be...
just a scramble for the for Submerged.
Yeah, Iced is... This is going to be a painstaking... This is going to be like... Yeah, he's going to have to fight for every inch here. Being smart about
Especially
it, though.
scaring away the garbage worms, though.
He's only got 2 more rooms to go through with worms, though, I believe. Blue got bailed out. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they didn't end up dying. That is good. Yeah, it would be interesting to see a submerged race here. This is going on for... It's kind of crazy that a Rivulet game can go on for nearly 80 minutes and there's only 4 squares left. Like, that's an incredible rate of play. Hollow's just a couple of rooms away from the Merchant.
Oh, the spear.
No, Iced got his spear grabbed. You don't I wouldn't reset though. I'd get this. Oh, it's the last worm before you get to the Merchant too. Looks like he's gonna spam jump to exhaust his breath here, which is interesting. I think he would have just gone back and gone to the eel. Oh, he's been leeched. Okay, cool. Should die here pretty quickly. I mean, I think he sheltered just inside garbage waste, so it's not going to be too far to reset. But Hollow is only 2 rooms away. Assuming he doesn't get instantly stabbed by this Merchant, which is 100% a possibility. I don't know how good his relations are with the Scavengers, but unless he's... Oh, no, he traded with that Merchant in Skylands pretty well, so he shouldn't have too much of an issue. 1 item. Okay, that's ticked off. Scavengers are finicky, so it can be the case that sometimes it doesn't get traded. All right, there we go. He's got the goal. He's just got a shelter. There's some bystanders. Oh, it's so stressful. I'm not playing, but I'm so stressed out. Might be checking their route again. Oh my god. It's about the same distance to go from to shoreline or here, but it looks like there are scavs roaming about. So yeah, going across the buttered bridge is the way to go here, I think. However, it is the buttered bridge. We may see a victim.
There's always the possibility.
Oh. Playing it so safe.
Entirely
Nice.
understandable.
Right.
I would too.
Q Miros Vulture. Alright, no, we're good. Ice Merchant has gone wandering. I have had some very painful... Oh, no. Yep. Okay. I've had some very painful personal experiences with this Merchant running away. Ah, that's so unfortunate.
Game. I think
That will
that's
be
game.
Yeah.
Game,
Wow.
set, and match.
That was a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Phew, my nerves are on edge. I need to take a heart pill after that.
Yeah. Alright, that's bingo. Congratulations to the Gaslighters for winning round 2. This is a double elimination tournament, though, so it's also majority at the same time, so that's pretty... It didn't give him the bingo flash, gave him the majority flash. This is a double elimination, though, so it's not the last you'll see of the ice cream. Vanilla and Iced will be back in the lower bracket. I will have a quick look to see where they're going to seed into, who they'll play next. Give me a second. If that match has been played, that is. No. So that they will play either against the Warrior Cats or the Full, who have not played their first match in the lower bracket. But they'll be in the second round of the losers bracket. You'll see them again. That was an incredible game.
That was so wild. I cannot. That was crazy.
Yeah, I did not think it's kind. I'm kind of sad that the only 2 goals that didn't get got were the two submerged goals.
Were the submerged one, yeah.
Yeah, but I think, wow, it traded who was in the lead a lot there. Red had such a crazy early advantage, and then Blue just snuck right up and had. They were getting really close to a bingo, and then Red pulled it back at the end. They made a really nice pattern on the board too. Little snakes and ladders board.
Look at that. They could have had the full S.
I'm not sure when our next game is. Quick look. Looks like our next scheduled game. Our next scheduled game is actually the 23rd. It'll be at 4 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh boy.
So this will be the team that feeds into playing against Iced and Vanilla. So that'll be an interesting game to watch. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. That was a pretty good game. We'll see you guys again soon. Goodbye.
Thank you all for joining us.